want to begin today's video by saying a very big thank you to every single person who reached out to me after my last video. I got some personal messages and I got some comments on the channel as well. Thank you for all your encouraging words. They mean so much to me. I want you to feel free to give me feedback whenever you feel like there is something I need to know. A few people have actually done that since I started this channel, and I'm so grateful to such people. Today's video is sponsored by Lighthaven Educational Services. I am privileged to be the founder and CEO of Lighthaven Educational Services. In Lighthaven, we're ultimately concerned with the raising of confident children. Some of the ways that we try to achieve our vision is in organizing events and short courses for children. It can be around character and even literacy, because we feel like literacy, if children are grounded in the core areas of literacy, speaking, reading, listening, and writing, then they are able to express themselves very well. So we can host creative writing courses for children, we can have character building sessions for children, just things that will help children really know and understand who they are, then express themselves properly with confidence in order to achieve their full potential. There's also the consultancy part of Lighthaven, where we go about consulting for schools, handling trainings for schools, and then while we do that, we do not forget our vision. So we seize every opportunity to educate teachers, educators everywhere, so that they do not overlook the character aspect of education or of teaching and of learning. Having said that, today I'm going to be sharing with you a bit of a story time, just to share with you the reason why I opened up Lighthaven, okay? So if this is something you're interested in finding out, then please keep on watching. So I think in one of my first videos that I posted here on YouTube, I had said that growing up, I had problems with making decisions, right? Choosing, and I left everything to my parents. My parents did most of my choosing for me, down to the course I was going to study in school, whether I was going to be a science student or an art student, just things like that. But what I didn't tell you guys, right, is that it was a bit deeper than that. Okay, so it started when I was, even much younger. So even right from when I was relating with my siblings at home, it was always a case of like I wasn't confident. I wasn't just confident. So at home, I was always the child that obeyed every rule. I'm still like that. If you know me, you know that I'm a stickler for rules. I was the one who had no rebellious bone in my body. I would always follow things the way they were supposed to go. And I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to do the wrong things. I was so, to a large extent, I'm still like that. But I think that when I was growing up, it was a little bit extreme. It was a little bit extreme, and I didn't know how to balance it out. And because of that, I found out that as time moved on, I started to find myself doing things that I wasn't too happy doing, simply because the people around me were doing them. So call it peer pressure, call it whatever it's called. I found myself getting into things that, if I knew who I was, like if I had a firm understanding of the person that I was and was meant to be, I wouldn't have done those things. So if I were to turn back the hands of time, there are certain things that I wouldn't have done. Don't get me wrong, I am grateful, I'm thankful for all my mistakes, I'm thankful for all the experiences that I've been through in my life. However, I feel like I could have been, I could have achieved a lot more if I had a firm understanding of who I was and what I was meant to be doing at a very, much earlier in my life. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. So one aspect of it also is that I was quite a fearful person. So every little thing shook me up when I was a little girl, when I was a teenager. Every little thing shook me up. I was always so afraid of, just everything, simply because maybe I feel like I won't get it right. I just wasn't confident. I always wanted to look at the next person to guide me. I think that the only thing I was quite sure about and confident about was um, my intellectual ability. So in class, I knew exactly what to do, never depended on anybody to help me in my academics, okay? Except that when I started to go higher in secondary school, I obviously I wasn't supposed to be a science student, because that's not where I was supposed to be. So I had this I got to a point where I just had a mental block. I couldn't figure out anything that was happening in school. Don't forget also that I left primary school much earlier than I should have. So it started to catch up with me, and that further damaged my self-confidence. So it was like the one thing that I was getting right, the one thing that I was so sure about, which was my intellectual strength. I no longer had it, so I started having low grades. My confidence started to go down, and I just was not sure of anything else. So that point in my life almost broke me. I was completely at a loss for what to do and how to go about fixing things, you know. But, thank God for self-awareness, thank God for self-mastery. I now understand that who I am should not be tied to any of those things. It shouldn't be tied to how much I know, or how intelligent I am, or any of these extra things that come with life. Okay, and now I am a lot more confident in who I am. What about you? Tell me in the comments. Have you always been 100% sure of yourself? Have you always been 100% sure of yourself? Like, have you always known exactly where and what you should be doing at every point in time? And I became a teacher, and I started to see that a lot of children are towing the path that I went growing up. So many children are unsure of themselves. So many children do not know their essence, and I feel like if they receive the intervention that they need early enough, they will be able to clip this very early. So if children are able to start knowing that this is me, like this is what makes me me, if they have a firm grasp of this early in their lives, trust me, there is no stopping them. There is no ideal that the world will throw at them that will shake them off. There's nothing new, that there's no trend, no nasty trend that will come up that they will just jump at, simply because they will be so grounded in the knowledge of self. They will master themselves early in life, and they will know exactly who they are. So I just believe that if children receive this knowledge now, if children we start bombarding children with, just the knowledge of how to identify themselves, then we will be building the children up for life. Which is why I would like to share our upcoming summer camp tagged Who Am I, which is coming up this summer. It starts on the 14th of July. It's just for 10 days, Monday to Friday. It's just for 10 days. I want to teach children exactly how they can know who they are, how they can start to identify who they are. It's open for children from as young as 5 years old up to 12 years old. So it's an online program, so you can join from anywhere. It's going to be structured in such a way that the younger children will have their own activities. Don't worry about whether they will understand what we're doing or not. We have it all covered. My team and I have been preparing for this. The registration is ongoing. I do not want to have a very large class so that it will be easy for me to manage it. If this is something you know that a child around you needs, please sign the child in. All the details for signing up will be in the description below, and I would like you to please share the opportunity to every child or every parent that you know. Get these children in. Let's do our thing. It's 25,000 naira to get your child in, but today is my birthday. News flash. So you have 40% discount if you sign up between now and 6 p.m. tomorrow. You have about 24 hours to sign up and get 40% off if you sign up within 24 hours. So take advantage of it. Tell everybody who you know needs this or has kids who need this. Let's get the kids in to learn this thing. Don't say it's too expensive or whatever. Look, when you see valuable things, pay for it, okay? When you see valuable things, pay for it, because you don't know when next you might have this opportunity, okay? In a nutshell, right? This is exactly why I started Light Haven. So everything we do in Light Haven, we try to align it back to our vision, which is the raising of self-aware, confident, and assertive individuals for the next generation. So whether I'm training teachers, whether I'm working, as a consultant in your school, whether I'm dealing with the children face to face, this is where my eyes are. That's where my focus is, just to ensure that everything goes back to line up with that vision. I hope you have picked a thing or two from my story today, and I want you to have laser eyes. Watch your children. Really, really watch them. Don't overlook things. Don't overlook signs. Don't overlook, when children are always acting unsure of themselves, do not say, oh, they will outgrow it. They need help, okay? We need to do something about it. Let's not make the same mistakes that our parents made. Let's do better. Don't forget to like today's video, drop a comment, share your thoughts on today's video, share this video to all and sundry, and click on the notification bell if you haven't already. I'll see you next time with another one. Bye-bye.